But, you know, still.
This is it, men! They say that our cause is false, and that we are nothing more than thieves, thugs, and murderers. But no! We are farmers! We are craftsmen! We are sons and daughters of shopkeepers, maidservants, and soldiers! We are the sons and daughters of Skyrim! And we have come this far because our cause is true, because we fight as one, and because our hearts are bursting with anger! By the nine, I hate the waiting, the goddamn waiting! They've barricades to block us, but we'll tear through them, and the Imperials behind them! Our objective is the drawbridge. If we can find a way to drop it, the city will be ours! Everyone on me! Let's show these Imperial milk drinkers what true Nords look like!
Away we go. Again, this is for the sheer curiosity of this, because really, when it comes to the whole war thing, I've never been a fan of either side, but I think I've told you guys that already, so...
Found you!
To be fair, it's not really fair on the Whiterun guards, is it? Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. Yeah, we're frozen. Man, we haven't frozen in a while. Hold on. Give me a second. Gotta redo this. There we are. Have to boot boot us back up here, and then we'll be good to go again. Hopefully it doesn't freeze again. Oh, there's a story about why there's a version of Mom on my Xbox now when there didn't used to be. So we were looking for possible games to play after we got done with BioShock. So there was a co-op game that I tried playing with her, but it required her to make an account on the Xbox. It didn't work too well. We had a good time with the frustration that I was feeling, but otherwise, yeah, it just didn't work. It was Borderlands, because I know some of you are going to be curious. I tried putting her in a first-person shooter, and apparently first-person shooters don't work when you're not able to even, and this isn't an insult on her, it's just she doesn't process first-person shooters. Some people can't, right? First-person shooters don't work well for a person when they can't even figure out which direction they're supposed to be walking. So, yeah. That was one thing I didn't do. I didn't even touch the companions. I agree with one of my friends. That reminds me. Nocturnal may be one of my favorite gods in the Skyrim universe.
This is it, men! Yeah! Our cause is false, and that we are nothing more than thieves, thugs, and murderers. But no! We are farmers! We are craftsmen! We are sons and daughters of shopkeepers, maidservants, and soldiers! We are the sons and daughters of Skyrim! And we have come this far because our cause is true, because we fight as one, and because our hearts are bursting with anger! For our country! For all the true lords of Skyrim! Whiterun's walls are tall, but they are old and crumbling, like the Empire whose legion lies them. to drop it, the city will be ours! Our objective is the drawbridge! If we can find the way to drop it, the city will be ours!
There we go. Again. Aha. Okay. I don't think their side has it fair, to be honest, if I'm completely thinking about this. Our side has a vampire and a dragonborn on their side. Normally, I would never do that, by the way, but I've got a friend that's curious about my stream, so. None of this feels right. None of this at all feels right.
I surrender. I surrender. Peace! Everyone stand down. That's an order. Stand down! I surrender. Give me a few hours to gather my household. Vignar Greymane. Your family was noticeably absent from the walls. Now I know why. Wouldn't the dagger in the back have sufficed?
You think this is personal? The Empire has no place in Skyrim. Not anymore. And you have no place in Whiterun anymore.
A convenient position to hold now. But mark my words, old man. In the days to come, Ulfric will spread his rebellion thin. And what then? We need the Empire as much as it needs us. We Nords are the Empire. Our blood built it. Our blood sustains it. You, of all people, should know that.
If this was my empire, I'd be able to worship whoever I damn well pleased. You wish to see an empire without Talos? Without its soul? We should be fighting those witch elves, not bending knee to them. The Emperor's nothing more than a puppet of the Thalmor. Skyrim needs a High King who will fight for her. And Whiterun needs a Jarl who will do the same.
Tell me, Vignar, was all this worth it? How many of those corpses lining our streets wear the faces of men who once called you friends? What about their families?
Enough! Both of you! There is a burning city out there that needs a government.
He's right. Galmar, come. Let us restore order.
This isn't over. Hear me, you old fool? This isn't over. And you, a Stormcloak. I thought better of you.
You'll all come to regret this day. Get over to Windhelm. Tell Ulfric of our victory here.
Just doesn't freaking feel right.
It was you who convinced the Jarl to trap the dragon in the keep. And by Eastman, it actually worked. My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? God.
Good job out there. Glad you were with us.
We've driven the Imperials out of Whiterun. This is good. Very good. We now control the center. It's a powerful position. One I aim to keep. We'll call you Ice Veins now. For the thick blood of our land has seeped into your heart. Here, take this. It's an Imperial officer's sword. A fitting weapon to use against our enemy.
What's next?
You're needed in Yarmarch. There's much to be done.
What exactly will I be doing out there?
You'll be doing whatever Garmar tells you to do, and causing as much mayhem as possible for the Empire and any Jarl who supports them.
Understood.
Go with the gods.
Okay. So, items, weapons, Ooh, more fire stuff, huh?
I hope the wilds these days.
Fast travel to Ustengrav and then go from there. Oh, there he is.
My hatred for the Empire is exceeded only by my hatred for their witch elf puppet masters. The Empire is weak. That is why we fight them. Skyrim must be ruled by
Reporting
the
for
strong.
duty.
Need you to deliver some false orders to the Imperial Legate in Murthal. But first, we need to get our hands on some Imperial orders to make the forgeries. The inns at Dragon Bridge and Rorikstead are frequent stops for Imperial runners. See if you can't convince one of those innkeepers to help you. One way or another, get me those documents. What do you say?
Consider it done.
Excellent. Put the fear of the Nine into those motherless dogs.
Send me to intercept the Imperial compass.
That godless emperor. The inns at Dragon Bridge and Rodikstead are frequent stops for Imperial runners. See if you can't convince one of those innkeepers
Okay,
to help.
so Dragon Bridge and Rorikstead.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn. Something different about you, I can tell. Hope you ain't here to
Seen
cause
any
trouble.
Imperial couriers lately?
I tend to keep my patrons' privacy.
His life is in danger.
Yeah, sure it is. You don't fool me. I tend to keep my patrons'
Maybe
privacy.
some gold will help.
Well, if you insist. He was here, but he left. If you leave now, you can probably catch him. Or you can just wait here. He'll be back soon enough. All right.
Hey. Come here. Wasn't the fairest way to do that, but it got the job done.
Gods, vampires! I can't take this anymore. I'm not cut out for this. Look, take whatever you want. I'm getting out of here.
Novice Hakar, your repeated failures are embarrassment to our entire order. Are you truly so inept you cannot even complete a simple courier mission? Yet you have one last chance to redeem yourself. We have recently established a number of wilderness caches to supply our agents in the field. You are to restock the chests listed below, then report back for further orders. Our caches in Whiterun Hold are located in Rorikstead and the pasture behind the Frostfruit Inn, near Stander's Shrine in the center of the tundra, south of Whiterun's western watchtower. You have 1 week. Return successful or not at all. Okay. Might deal with that later. Might not. Depends. Anyway. Map. The Professor won. I wonder who the heck you could be. Welcome aboard. That friend I mentioned earlier, guys. Yeah, they're here. Probably wouldn't work too well, dude.
My hatred for the... Good work. Let's see what you got. I know more of our plans than I thought. Not good. Oh, what's this? Fort Snowhawk is in need of reinforcements. We'll make sure they won't be getting those. Give me a moment while I make a few, corrections to these reports. There we go. Make sure those forged documents get to the legate in Morthal. They should give them the wrong idea, and us the advantage. Watch yourself out there.
Doesn't work that way, man. Oh, what are you two trying to come up with a drinking game for the stream? Well, who am I kidding? Of course you two are. For those of you that are curious who it is, by the way, they are knowns on the network. It's Kevin and Samantha that have now joined us. So, by the way, guys, follow the channel. It'll make it easier for you to know exactly when I go live and stuff like that. So, this is the clearest I have ever seen Morthal look, period. Look at this. It's actually bright and sunny for freaking once. Normally it's covered in the thickest snowstorm you have ever seen in your life. If I'm thinking of the right city, I might not, but anyway.
Not sure you belong here, citizen. Keep an eye out for trouble. It's
I
only
have
a matter
important
of time.
documents for you, sir.
Is that so? Lost your uniform along the way, did you, soldier?
Ditched it for this. Easier to sneak past the enemy.
I suppose it would be. Good thinking. Thank you, soldier. Let's take a look at these reports. I'm waiting on word about reinforcements for the fort. Good. They're on their way. We have some information on enemy troop movements. Excellent. Stormcloak scouts are making it difficult to move around. It's good you made it here in one piece. Why don't you have yourself a drink at the moor side before you head back? Until next time.
By the way, one thing to get used to with Twitch, guys, is that it is lagged. So I will get jokes you make a small amount of time. So you'll get used to the pattern soon enough. See, Kevin and Samantha just recently got an internet upgrade, and they are enjoying the benefits of it now. So.
Good job. Ulfric was right about you. I'm glad to have you with us.
Reporting in.
You are going to Fort Snowhawk. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. Then join them in wiping out the Imperials. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. What do you say? Can you do this?
That fort is as good as ours.
Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos guide you.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
So I'm guessing my easiest way would be Morthal and then walk my way there. Yeah, because there's a large mass here, so that wouldn't be the easiest way to get there. Yeah, we're going to have to go to Morthal and then travel our way over. Unfortunately, Professor, the live streaming doesn't allow us any difference. By the way, even though I know who you are, chances are get used to me 90% of the time referring to you by your screen name. That's standard operating procedure. It's a lot of Twitch stuff that you kind of get used to. You could, in theory, pass along her so many things she's saying, by the way. But, you know, whatever floats you guys' boat. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I suppose you have a good point there. And oh, look at them there. Okay, fine. Quit dodging. There we go.
Damn you!
Oh. Wrong guy. Sorry. Now we're starting to take over. Oh, yeah. I did drop a couple of frames.
Keep up while you still can! I'll try and make it. Do your worst! I'll water the ground with your blood. Just a scratch. Damn you!
There we go. Well, that's weird. That just doesn't let me jump. Oh, okay. There must be some more enemies nearby. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I had a couple of scene drops, but it looks like it's... Or dropped frames, I should say. Most of the stuff that it is happening with is actually the game itself rather than my stream, so good to know. Side note, if you are building a drinking game, do not put the Nightbot as part of your drinking game. Trust me, I've set it to a very specific frequency, and I don't want to kill you two. So do not go down that road. Define scene jump, by the way. Do you mean scene jump as in it hiccups? Or do you mean scene jump as in something else? The Nightbot activates every 10/15 minutes. Seriously. There we are.
Tullius must be getting nervous. Taking Helmarch, we're practically in his backyard now. As soon as we're able, we'll march on Solitude. Some brothers have taken to calling you Bonebreaker. Evidence of your ferocity and determination. A fitting name. So we shall all call you thus. The war demands so much from us. And we give all we have to it and to the people. But I've kept a little something to offer you in appreciation. Please take this on behalf of all the brothers and sisters. And I need capable and loyal warriors close at hand. So I'd like to offer you a home in Wenhelm. Speak with my steward, who'll make the arrangements.
What's next?
Make your way to our hidden camp in the Rift. I can't continue to push forward when I'm worried about Eastmarch's southern border. I hold you responsible for this situation, so you better win me back Riften, or die trying. Go with the gods.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there.
And yeah, I have finished all the main quest lines and the add-ons. Yeah, it wasn't on my end, so I guess you guys dropped for a second. My Nightbot frequency I've got set up about every 10 and then 15 minutes, I think, if I remember properly. I do, but I haven't done anything with it. Because then it literally just have a house and you could adopt a kid, and that pretty much what it is. Wrong way. Why is it? Oh, okay. So in other words, instead of paying for it, you can... Oh, would you look at that. First dragon since we dealt with the whole dragon problem. Come on, big boy. Unless you just fly away. Yeah, there he goes. Okay, whatever. I was going to take care of it, but I'm not going to chase the thing down on foot. So you can build your own house instead of paying for it, I suppose? Because if it didn't take too dang long, I'd almost be saying, yeah, that's happening. Yeah. Oh yes, this section of Skyrim.
Done and done.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha. That's interesting. big boy. I think this is how you get around it, if I'm not mistaken. There's a path here somewhere, because I remember one of the people for Dawn Guard was in these mountains, and it was the worst thing, me finding it. 'Cause it took me for freaking ever to find that path. So I have to turn this heater off. Roasting my butt off. Okay, yeah. It's giving me that, which is usually a good sign. That's not a road, but... You know full well what I meant. I'm having to fight my Breath of the Wild instincts right now to just shoot like the little foxes around so I can get some meat to cook for later. Don't do that in Skyrim. Well, you can do that in Skyrim. I'm just saying I don't do that in Skyrim. I handle things differently in this place than I do Breath of the Wild for obvious reasons. Oh, look at that moon. Look at that moon. Where is Lydia? It's important. We need to know. She is back at the keep, which actually, given we just took over Whiterun, I wonder where she is. I'm trying not to be that distracted by things. Otherwise, yeah, cave would have been gone in. Yeah, it's him. That's the one traveling bard. I have no godly idea what that means.
Bonebreaker, that we have forgotten them. This I fear the gods will
Reporting in.
remember. You're going to Fort Greenwall. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. Then join them in wiping out the Imperials. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. What do you say? Can you do this?
That fort is as good as ours.
Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos guide you. I'll water the ground with your blood.
You mean in the game? Breeze Home is the... I don't own any houses whatsoever. I've never screwed with houses in Skyrim. Just took me a second to realize that one was supposed to be owned. Did I do what? I haven't seen a need for it, to be honest. This game's got so many facets and everything that you don't really dive into all of them, and in my case, I've never seen the need to own a house.
Stand still!
Okay. Ah. I sometimes take it off and put other pieces of armor on. Depends on situations. Plus, honestly, what you're telling me about house setup and everything, it sounds like it would take time. And the weird thing about doing game streaming is that sometimes you've got to weigh things out based on what would actually be entertaining versus practicality standpoint. Sometimes you got to trade stuff off like that and get frustrating at times. I dropped some more frames since... The internet's been acting odd for us tonight around here, though, so it makes me wonder.
I'm glad we liberated the Rift. It was dangerous having Imperials skulking about on the southern border of Eastmarch. You've no time to glory in your accomplishments. We're gathering for our final assault on Solitude. I need you there. Report to our camp in Hoffinger.
Okay, then.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. Splendid. There's a house available right now. Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home. Travel safely. It's dangerous out there.
Now here comes the fun part. I'm over encumbered. So we get to tiptoe to this new house. Which means we also have to find out where the heck it is. Depends. I did some side quest, but... Like, for instance, I got all the way through the Mages Guild, or the Mages College, I should say, not Guild. I made it all the way through the Thieves Guild. Oh, hello, Wabbit. Good to have you. Was your meeting okay? Oh, by the way, Wabbit, meet the professor. Him and his wife are contributors to the network, and, well, they just recently got an internet upgrade that's going to allow them to possibly join us every now and then. So. Great. What do you mean I didn't finish the Thieves Guild? Yeah, I finished it. I became the leader of it and everything. There were some side quests in the Thieves Guild, sure, but...
Heard about you and your honey.
They've convinced me to buy a house. However, now I'm trying to find the ready thing. Oh, you've missed me doing some of the Stormcloak missions, and not yet. Have not won the war yet. Though my friends here have convinced me to buy a house, I am currently over encumbered, which is why I'm moving so dang slow. And considering I bought a house, trying to make my way to said house. It'd be good for a lot more if I weren't trying to figure out where my new place was and everything. There's a guide in here somewhere. You really need to go from the dictation to just typing this, dude. It should be noted that as soon as I finish this Stormcloak thing, we are literally erasing time and going back and doing the other side of the war. So literally what I'm going through right now will be undone whenever I finish the Stormcloak side of things. Which means you're going to hate me for what I'm about to do. I've wasted enough time on it. Wrong button. Got tired of it. I'll check it out later. If I went any further with that crap, I think I would have gone nuts just crawling slowly. Plus, for some reason, I tagged the point in my quest, so it should show up on the map. It didn't show up on the map. So I would literally have to walk all the way through Windhelm, checking door by door to figure out which place is my place. And that's not entertaining for anybody. So, again, you got to make those sacrifices sometimes. And in this case, that's one of those where it's not entertaining for anyone, myself included, to go door by door and try to figure out where the heck I'm apparently living now. Like I said, especially when we then find out, it wouldn't take me too long perhaps, but still, tedious. I appreciate that, Wabbit. I will check the house out before I proceed to erase it from history and go the other direction. Oh, I assume someone did not like it when I just threw those swords down. I'm very blasé about that sort of thing. Whenever I have a piece of equipment that I'm seriously not going to use, then meh.
What are your thoughts on all this?
I'm a true Nord. Simple as that.
My hatred for the Empire is exceeded only by my hatred for their witch elf puppet masters.
Oh. Reporting in.
You're going to the fort. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. Then join them in wiping out the Imperials. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. What do you say? Can you do this?
Fort's as good as ours, like all the other ones.
Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos guide you.
Yeah, Whiterun isn't the best option for me right now. Yeah. Might have been the first place we attacked, in case she's forgotten. Skull Cave. I do some side quests. Well, we can tell you I frequently get distracted by side quests. Just lately I'm more focused because it's more along the lines of this is the final stretch. So, because I'll admit something to you guys. Now that I've done the actual goal of completing the main quest and everything, the rest of this is extra. It's like I've done my goal in this, now I'm just kind of floundering until I finish other little details off in the game, and then, Alright, yeah, every time I use this one as a warp point. Okay. I didn't. Not my style. Could've, but I didn't. I know how to start it, too. I know exactly how to start it. I was saying before you showed up, because there was a loading thing that talked about the companions, because we went to Whiterun, I realized I never did the companions either. Thus is the nature of Skyrim, though. If you say, I'm going to 100% this game, guess what? You're never going to finish it ever in your lifetime. Side note, I don't know how my chat just allowed you to swear. I thought I had the language restrictors on, but apparently not. Yeah, Wabbit, I try to keep things family friendly around here, but I totally just did that because I got distracted. Whatever. Whoops. Hopefully no one noticed. We make those jokes at game night for a reason, Wabbit. I'm always the one that does the family-friendly content, and I'm amongst that group. So that's why we make all those little jokes about me being part of it and everything. We are, but that doesn't mean that all of us have to. Closest thing we've done lately that wasn't family friendly is we obviously played through BioShock, and there's no way around that one. So like we'll play a game that swears or something like that, but that doesn't mean we'll necessarily do it. Oh, not BioShock Infinite. BioShock. Like original OG BioShock. It's over at tscn.tv/play. See, I stream stuff, but at the same time, I also do Let's Play series with my mom. So, she asked me if we wanted to do BioShock, and I said, yeah, sure, if you're fine with us doing a game where they swear it's extraordinarily violent and everything like that. If you're comfortable with that, then sure. And she was, so we did it. It's been coming out for several months now. Like I said, we don't stream them, so they're completely separate from the whole streaming things. Mom's not really comfortable with the idea of streaming things live, so I respect that and don't stream them. So we don't edit anything out. It's not like you get a highly... When did that come out? Oh, about 10 years ago. It's weird. It actually had its 10th anniversary around the time that we started it. They had released an anniversary edition of it and everything. It's like you couldn't do more perfect timing whenever we originally started it. Meanwhile, as for what's next with this stream, I've got a few things in mind. I do kind of like the theme of taking stuff that I have never finished and finishing it, and that being part of the stream. So, a couple of ideas come to mind. I'm thinking I'm probably not going to do something that's like Skyrim-esque, though. because that would be, you know, I don't want to do the same genre over and over, right? And not necessarily by genre. I mean, if there was a game exactly like this, but say I wouldn't play Fallout, for instance, because it would be the same basic principle.
My cousin disappeared one night. Some say the town was after.
Good job. Ulfric was right about you. I'm glad to have you with us.
How can I help?
We're taking the city. Meet the brothers gathering for the attack. Fight well. Or
Nice
die
old
well.
reference, Professor.
Carlos,
Yes,
be
yes,
with
you won the belt. So it's supposed to say ship shape. Yeah, you might want to watch your dictation if that's going on.
Meet the brothers gathering for the attack. Fight well or die well.
Oblivion I have, but I've beaten Oblivion before. I told Wabbit I've never beaten Morrowind, so that may definitely be on the cards for me to someday go back to Morrowind. I'm probably able to get it on Good Old Games or something like that, knowing them. And I could probably get it for cheap there. But yeah, so Oblivion I may replay sometime. But if I am going to do another Elder Scrolls game anytime soon, it would probably be Morrowind. Plus, Morrowind was my first Elder Scrolls game, period. You know, it's kind of got that special spot. That's why whenever part of Skyrim ended up taking place in Morrowind, I was as delighted. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the footage. Wabbit was there whenever it happened. As soon as I started hearing the walk-around music for Morrowind, I was just delighted. Like, I turned into a fanboy for a second because all these old memories when I was younger just came flowing back into my skull. So... She's probably going to test if she can chat while also using her phone as the connection.
This is it, men. It's time to make this city ours. We come to this moment carried by the sacrifices and courage of our fellows. Those who have fallen. Those still bearing the shields to our right. Yeah! Our enemy will know the fullness of our determination, the true depth of our anger, and the exalted righteousness of our cause. The gods are watching. The spirits of our ancestors are stirring. And men, under suns yet to dawn, will be transformed by what we do here today.
I kind of figured this was the end,
Fear neither
Wabbit.
pain nor darkness, for sovereign God awaits those who die with weapons in their hands and courage in their hearts. We now fight our way to Castle Tower, to cut the head off the Legion itself. And in that moment, the gods will look down and see Skyrim as she was meant to be, full of lords who are mighty, powerful, and free. Ready now, everyone, with me, for the sons and daughters of Skyrim!
Away we go. I think this thing looks like Grog off of Critical Role. I know only like 4 people might get that, but still, don't care. Looks like him. It's a D&D thing I watch, so. Oh, shoot. That's right. I'm not the only one that can shout around here. I'm really trying not to cut my own men.
Just stand up.
Woo! Oh, well, hello, Samantha.
I think you're...
Would have been too easy now, wouldn't it have? Well, where'd you come from?
Just stand still.
Because magic isn't my focus on this, really. I'm just using it as a supplement. There's probably an advanced one of those that I can use, but honestly, I never found the book, so there we are. Yeah, I figured, but like I said.
Secure the door.
Already done.
Stop what? Taking Skyrim back from those who leave her to rot.
You're wrong, Alfred. We need the Empire. Without it, Skyrim will assuredly fall to the Dominion.
You were there with us. You saw it. The day the Empire signed that damn treaty was the day the Empire died.
You're a damn fool.
Stand aside, woman. We've come for the general.
Yeah.
He has given up.
It's so far in this game at this point that, yeah.
Rika, go. You're free to leave.
I'm also free to stay and fight for what I believe in.
You're also free to die.
This is what you wanted? Shield brothers and sisters killing each other? Families torn apart? This is...
Damn it, woman, stand aside!
That's not the Skyrim I want.
Rika, you don't have to do this.
You've left me no choice. Talos, preserve us.
This is it for you. Any last words before I send you to oblivion?
You realize this is exactly what they wanted.
What who wanted?
The Thalmor. They stirred up trouble here. Forced us to divert needed resources and throw away good soldiers, quelling this rebellion.
It's a little more than a rebellion, don't you think?
We aren't the bad guys, you know.
Maybe not, but you certainly are the good guys.
Perhaps you're right. But then what does that make you?
You just said it yourself.
It makes us right.
And if I surrender?
The Empire I remember never surrendered.
That Empire is dead. And so are you.
So be it.
Just kill him and let's be done with it already.
Come, Galmar. Where's your sense of the dramatic moment?
By the gods. It's some damn story you're after. That's Dragonborn's the one to do it.
Good point. Well, Dragonborn, what do you say? You want the honor?
I've had my fair share of killing today.
As you wish. Well, I suppose some kind of speech is in order.
I'll go gather the men in the courtyard.
And Alyssa?
Don't you worry about her. I sent my best men to round her up.
Stormblade, I want you to have my sword, a token of my appreciation. Now then, the men will expect a speech. Will you stand by my side? I wish to honor you, Dragonborn, and the truest of Stormcloaks.
Of course, my lord.
Very good. Come, the people await us.
By the way, I'm pretty sure, and you guys, both of you, all of you considering you're all experienced Skyrim players, you probably know this. I'm pretty sure he was right about the Thalmor wanting this. I think that's part of the reason why I've never liked this storyline, is because the Thalmor are sitting right there and
And now, I present to you Ulfric Stormcloak, hero of the people, liberator, and High King of Skyrim.
I am indeed Ulfric Stormcloak, and at my side the man known as Stormblade, and the world knows as the Dragonborn. And indeed, there are many that call us heroes. But it is all of you who are the true heroes. It was you who fought a dying empire, who sunk its claws into our land, trying to drag us down with it. It was you who fought the Thalmor and their puppets, who would have us deny our gods and our heritage. It was you who fought your kin, who didn't understand our cause, who weren't willing to pay the price for our freedom. But more than that, it was you who fought for Skyrim, for our right to fight our own battles. To return to our glory and traditions, to determine our own future. And it is for these reasons that I cannot accept the mantle of High King. Not until the Moot declares that title should adorn my shoulders will I accept it.
What about Jarl Ellison?
Yes, what about the Lady Allison? Will she put aside her personal hatred for me and her misplaced love for the Emperor and his coin so that the suffering of our people will end? Will she acknowledge that it is we Nords who will determine Skyrim's future? Will she swear fealty to me so all may know that we are at peace? And
she does that all the dang time.
No fan of the sun. It'll be better than this.
Then it is settled. The Jarl will continue to rule Solitude. I will garrison armies here to ward off Imperial attempts to reclaim the city. And in due time, the Moot will meet and settle the claim to High King once and for all. There is much to do, and I need every able-bodied man and woman committed to rebuilding Skyrim. A great darkness is growing, and soon you will be called to fight it on these shores or abroad. The Altmeri Dominion may have defeated the Empire, but it has not defeated Skyrim!
Not so bad. Nice touch about the High King.
Thank you. I thought so.
It's a foregone conclusion, you know.
Oh, I know.
The Imperials are not going to leave us alone. They still have camps in the hills. They'll continue to strike out at us, whenever and wherever they can.
I'm not afraid of the remnants of the Legion. In time, they'll all give up and go home. What I fear is that the Thalmor will see our victory here and turn greater attention to our shores. We must be prepared to face them.
This must be that beautiful
Aye.
Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
And of course, we couldn't have done it without you.
Eventually this room gets cold, you know, and I just figured I won't turn the heater back on. Instead, I'll just pop the
Come,
hoodie on.
We've still much work to do.
Okay. 11:16. You know, I wonder what would have happened if we had done things, oh, I don't know. I think this was the one. Differently. In theory, I should have, but I'm really not going back to it afterwards. Like I said, once we finish... At this point, once we finish the Imperial thing, then, yeah. You need to see my quest log. It's driving you batty. Well, you know, if you go to TSC and... No, I'm only going to go through this like this, and I'm only going to do it once. And this will be a VOD tomorrow, so if you need more time in between them, you can pause and find it there. Dawnstar, Solitude, here we are. Completed is my archive of videos you can watch. I mean, seriously, but I suppose I could go to completed as well. For you, I'll do that. Again, apologies for the dropped frames tonight, guys. I really don't know what's going on with my net connection. We've rearranged a couple of things around the place, but that shouldn't be doing it, so... Yeah, in total, I've only dropped about 1,558. That's about 3% of my entire stream. So, it's not that bad. Man, actually, this is good for me to go back. It's sort of my little, man, can you believe all of the stuff I've done? Yeah, normally I don't drop frames like this, but for some stupid reason. Oh well. Here's the door. Yeah, I'm glad you guys got that internet upgrade. I know it's been a while coming for you guys, but I know the feeling of it, considering it's been still fairly recent in history since we got ours around here, too. So.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try.
I read stories about the Solitude Wind.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection of the Empire, fine. Let Ulfric pillage his city.
General.
You people and your damn Jarls.
Sir, you can't force a Nord to accept help he hasn't asked for.
If Ulfric's making a move for Whiterun, then we need to be there to stop it. Draft another letter with the usual platitudes. This time, share some of your intelligence regarding Ulfric's plans. Embellish if you have to. We'll let it seem like it's his idea.
Yes, sir.
You Nords and your bloody sense of honor.
Sir.
Speak with Legate Ricka. She will determine if you are Legion.
Something
Watch
to
yourself.
report? You survived Helgen? General Tullius told me what happened. Not many made it out alive. I've got a good feeling about you, and I don't often get good feelings about anything. A warrior knows to trust her gut. I'm not going to go through the normal process with you. I've got a little test lined up. Pass that, and we'll talk about you joining the Legion.
What kind of test?
The kind that evaluates your usefulness during duress.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending you to clear out Fort Herogstad. If you survive, you'll pass. If you die, then I'll have no further use for your corpse.
What's it for? Fort Herogstad?
The ancients built many of the fortresses that dot the landscape of Skyrim. Sadly, most have fallen into disrepair, and nearly all have been overrun with bandits or other vagabonds. Fort Herogstad is one of the few that remains mostly intact. We're going to install a garrison there, but first, you're going to clean out the bandits that have moved in.
I'm going alone?
Yes, this is a test. I don't think you're regular militia material. I want to see what you're capable of.
Consider that fort already yours.
Good, that's what I want to hear. Now go make it happen, soldier.
And yeah, I get attached to characters. That's why, before any of you guys showed up at the very beginning, and like I said, it'll be a VOD, so you can look at my heartbreak later. Whenever I had to, oh god, the first city that you overrun. It's the first big city you go to in this game, too. The first one that has a Jarl. Yeah, right. Totally thought that, too. But I sort of got attached to that Jarl, and then his utter disappointment in me whenever I turned Stormcloak and totally just took the city out from under him. It broke my heart. It was one of those moments. Again, Wolf Skull Cave. Whiterun. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But yeah, Whiterun, whenever we had to overrun them, that was kind of heartbreaking when the Jarl looked me dead in the eye and said, and I thought better of you. I was like, oh, I don't like this. Yeah, I couldn't think of Whiterun. That was my problem, Wabbit. I just... You know me. Sometimes when it comes to proper names in this game, I get a bit foggy. See, this has been the other thing about this. I've made a specific commitment, and Wabbit will tell you this, that with some very specific exceptions, I have been one that if something happens, I just let it go. So, it's had some fascinating results as a result. Fort Herogstad. No. Okay, yeah, clear out Fort Herogstad. That's what they were asking for. Okay, away we go. that's right. I've got healing in my hand right now. That's not what I need. Yeah, we do. Sorry, guys. Good lord, how many times do you reload then if you reload when Lydia dies? She gets in so much trouble, she'll die all the dang time. Although, and Wabbit will back me up on this one, because you guys haven't been around to see it. You know, you can look back at the archives. Lydia has not died once in this entire game that I played. Some of these bandits are rough, man. Yeah, what was it? What was it that I Was it Jizargo? No. That was Serana that had problems with Jizargo's things because it consumed everyone in flames, including my companion. Oh, so it was a scroll from Jizar. Right, yeah, because it was I remembered it was a vampire thing. That's why I thought it might have been Serana. No, she didn't show up until after that. You're right. So yeah, it was Lydia that I had the problem with.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend. No! I never should have come here.
Who's there?
But yeah, Jizargo's scroll being faulty is what the problem ended up being. Yeah. It's always a nice little glitch when it happens. You die so often, you just leave Lydia at home. Maybe you wouldn't die so often if... I'll take the coin purse before you have a fit, Wabbit. Oh yeah, yeah. Lydia does do that. Yeah, I kind of had to train you not to hate me so much, didn't I? Do you want to know why I don't loot? Because I really have problems with becoming encumbered. Although you've noticed that if you've been paying attention for a couple of minutes.
Imagine blowing up an entire town. Damn college. Winterhold will never be the same.
Yeah, my bot doesn't like it whenever you yell at me.
Tell me again why I'm wasting men chasing after a fairy tale.
If Ulfric gets his
I can
way,
tweak the settings,
it won't
but
be a fairy tale. It'll be a problem.
you've seen the little jerks that show up sometimes. It actually does take care of those things whenever they
You're
happen.
backing Elisif. When the mood meets, they'll do the sensible.
I have you as a mod now
Not
to
everyone's
where
agreed.
it's not that bad, but
You've been here long enough.
I might turn off the moderation settings in it. It's one of those things where I've just got to take a look at it.
Welcome back, soldier. I'm glad you made it in one piece. I'll send men to garrison the fort right away. You did well. I'm impressed. But before we go any further, it's time for you to officially join the Legion. Speak with General Tullius. He'll administer the oath.
In joining the Legion, you'll be taking an oath binding you to the service of the Emperor, and thus to every citizen of the Empire.
Yeah, not your fault, Sam. Again, it's one of those Twitch things. Almost everyone has a bot that's running something. So.
Changed your mind? Decided you wanted to soldier for the Empire after all.
I'm ready to take the oath.
Well then, repeat after me. Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor Titus Mede II.
Upon my honor, I do swear undying loyalty to the Emperor Titus Mede II.
And unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire.
And unwavering Take two. And unwavering obedience to the officers of his great empire.
May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty.
May those above judge me, and those below take me, if I fail in my duty.
Long live the Emperor, long live the Empire.
Long live the Emperor, long live the Empire.
Welcome to the Imperial Legion, soldier. Just remember, we take care of our own. Once you're in the Legion, you're in it for life. Speak to Baron. He's normally out by the forge. He'll get you outfitted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Legate Rika has a special assignment for you.
Not everyone's agreed. Lords aren't always sensible. We follow our hearts.
So what? Ulfric gets this crown and then suddenly he's High King?
No, it's not as simple as that. But the Jagged Crown would be a potent symbol for his cause to rally around. But if we found it first...
And we gave it to Ellison.
In the absence of the moot, it would further legitimize her claim.
Perhaps. I'm entrusting you with what resources I can spare. But I'm warning you, if this turns out to be a waste of time and men...
It won't be a waste.
Make sure you take the auxiliary here. You can send him back when you get there and find nothing but old bones and cobwebs.
The Stone Fist's no fool. He's found the crown, but we'll get to it first. Welcome to the Legion, Auxiliary. Listen up. Welcome to the Legion, Auxiliary. Listen up. Ulfric's right-hand man, Galmar Stonefist, has located what he believes is the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. We're going to make sure he doesn't get his hands on it. The rest of my men are already assembling outside Corvinjune. I'll meet you there as soon as I finish up here. Don't wait for me. Get to Corvinjune as soon as you're ready. I'll meet you there.
Well, it's quite simple, Samantha. When you fight, you lose. Okay, enough philosophy. I find it interesting, though, that the Thalmor thing doesn't get dealt with in here, apparently. Or at least according to you guys, it doesn't, so... Yeah, I never do it either. Remind me to have a talk with you about the war whenever we're offline, when I'm over at you guys' place, because honestly, the people on the stream have heard me talk about my reasoning for not liking the war multiple times, to where at this point it would be me repeating myself till my face turned blue. So we're good. We're gonna save all the ones that have already heard the why I don't like the war in Skyrim bit, and me and you can have a nice in-person chat about it. That party is fun, though. Just figuring out the one guy is going to be the troublemaker, so using that to your advantage. Beautiful. God, really? Well, okay,
Done and
just
done.
one. Fair enough. Whoa. Hello, big boy. Oh, and a frost troll. Same path we took last time, on a side note. Because it's after the exact same crown, just on the other side of the equation. Oh, it means I'll go through the same dungeon and everything. But yeah, the Thalmor are a huge thing, and yet they don't happen much in this game. They're a narrative point, but they're not a gameplay point, right? I mean, besides the embassy, and if you happen to be going through the College of Winterhold, Winterhold. If you're going through that.
What's the situation?
Good to see you, my friend. I knew you'd make a proper legionnaire. I'm glad you'll be with me in there. I don't like the looks of this place. And I'm not talking about the Stormcloaks.
I know what you mean about these old ruins.
You too, huh? I'd much rather a straight-up fight than creeping around a place like this. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Stormcloaks were already camped out around the entrance when we got here. They don't know we're here yet, though.
Well, that's something at least. Looks
can't
like the
remember
damned
the
rebels
last
got
time
here
I was
first. No matter.
forgotten
We
what
have
proper
the element
looks
of
like,
surprise.
let alone freeze.
Prepare to move out.
I'm ready, ma'am.
Follow me. Listen up, Legionnaires. Those Stormcloaks are here for the same reason we are. Ulfric, the Pretender, wants that crown, but we're not going to let him have it. I realize some of you may know men on the other side, but remember this. They are the enemy now, and will not hesitate to end your lives either. General Tullius is counting on us to bring back the Jagged Crown, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's show these rebels what real soldiers look like. You call yourself a warrior?
Son of a...
Well done. They never knew what hit them. But don't underestimate the Stormcloaks. Many are Legion veterans. They may be traitors, but they know how to fight. We had the advantage of surprise this time, but don't expect it to last. Let's move out.
And yeah, I think you're right. It almost feels like they put the Thalmor in there as something they were going to do something with, and then they didn't. Like a DLC or something that didn't happen, or maybe, you know, Wabbit's idea might pan out. Maybe the Thalmor will have something to do with the next Skyrim game, or, well, not Skyrim game, Elder Scrolls game, obviously, right?
Everybody ready? We charge on my signal. Time to show what you're really made of. For the Empire!
I mean, mind you, I've not played Elder Scrolls Online, but never know, that might be. By the way, side note, that's an option too that I've thought of, actually.
Stay and guard the entrance. We don't want any Stormcloak reinforcements taking us by surprise. Everyone else, with me. Watch it. I don't like the look of this. Perfect spot for an ambush. 10 to 1, they're just waiting for us on the other side.
But there isn't any other way through, Legate.
Let's not jump to conclusions, soldier. The Legion always finds a way. I'd rather take a moment and look around than walk blindly into an ambush. Auxiliary, see if you can find another way through. We'll charge in to help as soon as we hear fighting.
Where was it again?
Find them.
Midnight is pumpkin time for me, so in other words, you got 5 minutes.
I cannot rescue.
Be careful, men. There's bound to be more up ahead.
The stream's always 9 to midnight. Unless I'm really feeling it that night, which does sometimes happen.
This would kill
killed that Stormcloak over there? Can't be. Looks like it's been dead for 100 years.
Steady now. The Legion has faced down worse than a few dusty old bone walkers. We're not leaving here until we get what we came for. Now let's keep moving. And this must be the Hall of Stories.
Oh, I've heard of this. These walls are supposed to show the history of the ancients who built this place.
One thing at a time, soldier. Focus on our primary mission. We're searching for the crown.
Ah, amateurs. I think I made that joke last time, too. Don't care. There we are. Wolf, bird, dragon. That's why I hadn't commented yet. Totally distracted me. Meanwhile, in the back of my mind, I was going, I think I know what the three are. Considering you told me two of them already.
All right, Legionnaires. Spread out and see what we've got. Auxiliary, do what you do best. See if we can find some way to get that gate open. You see a lever. This may sound obvious, but do you see a lever anywhere? Keep looking. There's gotta be some way to get that gate open. All right, let's move, men. We've got more. Steady, Legionnaires. We've been through worse. Just keep your guard up.
I know that this has a boss room in this next room, so I'm just going to finish this up, and then it'll be the end of the stream. And yeah, you told me 2 of them, unless you meant you came up with 3 more rules. Like, for instance, that's 1. Scene skip is 2. I'm guessing the bot is 3 because you're going to completely ignore me. Just waiting for it to do that. So 4.
I hate those things.
That's bizarre. It should have that in its inventory, shouldn't it? It did last time. So I'm not crazy then, Wabbit. Well, that's just freaking bizarre. You think it's a glitch? Where it's probably got the other save files still there with knowledge that in some state of the game it's the crown. The crown that we came to this for is supposed to be on that body. And whenever we did the Stormcloak version of this, it was on that body. And the arrow is pointing to it saying, it's on that body. It's not in that body.
Must be here somewhere. Keep looking.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Looking through all these different ash piles and everything. No. Yeah, and it's empty. But that's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, and then and on the way out, you go that. No. There isn't a large chest in here. Like I said, it's supposed to be on there, because that's where it was last time. Yeah, it's just a glitch. Because I've looked at that ash pile. I looked at every place it could be. It was pointing at it before. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, it's following him. So yeah. Later on, I will. Let's see here, system load. It's a known bug. Okay. Is it with multiple save states or just that? It's just sometimes he doesn't have it. They say to reload to the last save and try again. Okay. So next week, what I'm going to do is reload us. I'll play a little bit before the stream actually is supposed to start if I've got the time. Actually, I will have the time because I don't have a game night that night, so it's totally going to work. So yeah. Wait, it says it might be on the ground somewhere.
Must be here somewhere.
I don't see it, and I think a crown would be pretty obvious. It'd probably stick out. Thing is, it's pointing at the corpse, but that doesn't. Aha! There it is.
We'll stay here and see if we can find anything.
Also, Ruddy's stupid that it was pointing to his corpse when it was on the ground. Open world games. What are you gonna do? Anyway, while I am making my way out, I am going to wrap some stuff up. Yeah, glad we found that one. Good work, team. Good work. But anyway, it's time for me to wrap it up. If anyone wants to find all of my other Let's Plays, go to tscn.tv/play. And until next time, play on and see you guys. And then as for you guys that are here live with me,